We keep somebody here at the mine year-round. If you're flying in, then I would recommend flying into Reno. Flights into Reno are the cheapest in the nation. A closer airport to fly into is Klamath Falls, but flying in there is very expensive. Reno is about 4.5 to 5 hour drive, and renting a vehicle. A lot of people will rent a small U-Haul truck, and it's cheaper than renting a car or an SUV. And when they get here, they have a built-in camper in the back. You just throw your cots and your sleeping bags in the back of the truck and you're well equipped. So it's not unusual to see a U-Haul truck or two sitting out here. You need to have good tires on your vehicles. Having 2 spares is highly recommended. We have an old tire machine and spare tires to get you out of the desert should you blow your last spare. We also are reasonable mechanics, and there's a lot of things that, especially on the older vehicles, we know how to do minor repairs and can facilitate that on site. Carry extra water, carry necessary survival gear, carry warm clothing with you at all times of the year. The roads become impassable only 2 or 3 times a year. If there's a heavy snowfall, you'll get snow drifts across the roads. If there's an extremely heavy rain, they might be impassable for a day or so until they dry out. You don't want to take any of the little side roads after rain. This country has alkali flats, and if you break through the alkali crust, you're stuck. You're going to be all the way to the frame, and it'll take a piece of heavy equipment to pull you out. From here, it's an awful long walk in any direction to get help. We have instituted a couple of searches over the years where people have gotten out here and gone for a walk and gotten misoriented and, wandered through what appears to be a flat area when in reality it has lots of hills and valleys and gullies. Unless you're very familiar with the area, I highly recommend that you have a good compass, that you know how to use it. And if you become disoriented, just move up to a high spot and wait there. It makes it a whole lot easier for us to find you. There's several million acres out here, and that's a lot of searching. You're out here and you break down, we can get you help. We have a winter caretaker that is here, and they have communication. If you get stuck, stay with your vehicle. The ranchers travel this country on a regular basis to check their cattle. Now that we have a full-time presence out here, we're aware of the comings and goings. But there again, one of the most important things is to notify people of where you're going and when you're expected. And if you don't show up, they need to notify the Lake County Sheriff or us and notify us that they haven't gotten there.
There's some people here. It's windy here too.
We're a very diverse community of people. A small core group of us that are out here all the time, but we attract people from all over, and some of the best types of people in the world.
You certainly can't beat the hospitality and the camaraderie that happens within the Dust Devil community.
We run a very family-oriented camp. It's a place where kids can come and have fun. We have screens and shovels here, but if you have your own tools, it's always best to bring your own. You're familiar with them.
Fish there.
All through here, I've just got a nice.
When you get one that big,
Like that?
large a crystallization, come at it from the backside and it'll pop out.
There's all sorts of digging opportunities. You have guys that dig in the hard rock. You have guys that just sit on the ore piles and scrape through, and everything in between.
When you're actually able to go down into the pit and you see just how difficult it is to dig the sunstone to begin with, gives you an appreciation for the value of the sunstone, gives you an appreciation for how much hard work all of the dust devils put into mining the sunstone.
Almost looks like a sandwich.
We're well equipped out here as far as medical emergencies. 4 of us out here are ex-EMTs, and we can handle most any emergency. 2 years ago, I ended up delivering a baby out here. 5 weeks premature, and the young man is doing fine. So you never know.
Where they go to the Longhouse?
On site here, we have a few camp trailers that are available at no charge. If you call ahead and there's one available, you're more than welcome to use it for bunk facility. Provide on-site camping. We have 4 DEQ approved outhouses, all permitted. We bring in drinking water and wash water, and so there's always a supply of fresh potable water here. We provide an on-site faceting service. We have a faceter who spends his summer here and will custom cut any stone that we find.
The people who come here and dig stones, they can have on-site finished product. Usually within 48 hours we can have the stones turned into gems.
The largest stone ever taken out of here was 390 carats, and the entire phenocryst was intact or in one consolidated area and weighed 980 carats of gem quality material. And it was found by a first-time digger, a disabled vet and his 8 and 12-year-old daughter, and they were just ecstatic. They had some wonderful treasures and an experience of a lifetime to go home and talk about.
Wow, it's not a bad one.
And if you pull that apart, there may be some color in the middle of it. You're the very first person to dig it up and lay eyes on it, to be able to find a nice piece of gem rough, then be able to make a nice gemstone out of it and put it into a finished piece of jewelry. It gives me a complete circle.
We're open from mid-May to mid-October. Of course, that's weather dependent.
They're probably the friendliest people you'll run into on the desert.
We run a very friendly camp. You're more than welcome here.